Congratulations.
Today is your day.
You're off to great places.
You're off and away.
Welcome parents, teachers, and graduates to our 2010 St. Monica's graduation ceremony.
In our 10 years here at St. Monica's, we've had many unforgettable experiences.
Many cherished memories and friendships that will last a lifetime.
So let Connor and I be your guides down a trip down memory lane for our graduation class of 2010.
Kindergarten, our first year of really real school. And Mrs. O'Neill's or Mrs. Archer's class.
We also have many wonderful memories of recesses in the wintertime, flying down the old hill on our lightning-fast, crazy carpets.
Many of our good friendships that we still cherish were formed in these 2 incredible years, full of many new and exciting experiences.
And isn't it funny how so many things are very similar from kindergarten until now in grade 8?
Back then, our teachers would remind us to pull up our pants after we went to the washroom.
And nowadays, adults are always telling us to pull up our pants.
Grade 1. Playtime was over. We spent our days learning to read, write, and do math problems in Mrs. Chouati's and Mrs. Hubbard's classes.
We were always happy to hear that recess bell ring, so we could go outside and play with our Pokemon cards and Barbie dolls.
If we weren't doing that, we were playing tag.
Lots of tag.
And of course, tag involves falling.
I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you.
We sure did go through a lot of band-aids in our tag bang-ups.
Grade 2, Ms. Kovacs-Angus, Ms. Kadamas, and Ms. Moody's classes. It was this year we went to the Pioneer Village, and we got to see just how hard life was way back then.
We're still trying to find out why it was called the good old days. Also, how could we forget our little jingle in Mrs. Kovacs-Angus and Kodema's class whenever we do the Magic Treehouse series? The Magic Treehouse books, the Magic Treehouse books, the Magic Treehouse books.
Cha-cha-cha. We can also thank Mr. Forget for teaching us science. We all love the Chickadee, Survivor, and Wolf and Rabbit games.
Grade 3, Mrs. Mooney and Mrs. Knockery.
The great trip of this year was the Halloween trip to Chapel's Farm, which the most exciting part was the trip through the haunted house and the hay maze.
This was also the year of the dreaded grade 3 testing, where unfortunately the teacher can offer you no help.
You're on your own, and you know what you know. You have brains in your head and you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose.
Remember?
But Miss Mooney, I can't remember what an adjective is.
Grade 4, Junior Division. What a great year, filled with many new opportunities. We were no longer in the primary division and had the chance to join new clubs and sports teams.
Oh, the places you'll go. There's fun to be done. There are points to be scored, and there are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball.
How important we felt to make the basketball, volleyball, and flag football teams.
And finally, after all these years, we got to play in the big kids' yard. Our recesses these days were dominated by mini sticks and our cute, cuddly, lovable little
virtual Tamagotchi toys. Great memories of the year include our arguably biggest and most exciting trip of elementary school, medieval times, where we were not only allowed to, but encouraged to eat with our hands.
Also, this was the year of getting rid of the portables, which we especially appreciated in the winter time, when we no longer had to freeze our butts off while we listened to algebra.
Thanks to Mrs. Green and Miss Sampson for an awesome year. Grade 5 was a particularly spiritual year in both Miss D'Antonio and Mrs. Todd's classrooms. This was the year of our Grade 5 church retreat, and the year the students of Miss D'Antonio's class raised and then set free their very own butterflies.
There's no doubt in our mind that these events helped shape our relationship and attitude towards God.
Something went bump. How that bump made us jump.
No one can really be changed without first experiencing a foundation-shaking bump. So we would like to thank all of our teachers for that bump.
Grade 6 was the inaugural year of the SMO Social Justice Drive. We wasted no time as the school came together and in only 40 days raised enough money to fund an alternate income in a village in Sierra Leone.
And I'm sure everyone in Mrs. Rumney's and Mrs. Todd's class remembers our trip to the Science Center and the mission to Mars, which was arguably one of the biggest and most exciting field trips of our elementary school careers.
The year went out on a bang with a huge water balloon fight with Mrs. Rumney's class.
Grade 7, Mr. Mendy, and once again, Mrs. Todd's class. There were many field trips this year that were very, very hands-on.
First of all, there was our trip to Fort Willard, where we got to take part in an army drill.
Then there was St. Michael Art Gallery, where we tried our hand at drawing and painting works originally mastered by the Group of 7.
Finally, there was Discovery Harbor, where we were blown away by our fantastic arguing abilities at the debate.
With our teachers giving us so many exciting but relaxing opportunities to learn, it's no wonder many of us were reluctant to move on to grade 8. But we did.
So here we are, our grade 8 year, almost at the end of our elementary school careers.
Gone are the days of mini-sticks, Barbies, and Beyblades. Our recesses these days consist of standing in groups, with conversations sounding a little something like this.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Nothing much, you. Nothing. That's cool.
Yep.
And we'll see ya.
Bye.
Everyone is just waiting.
The waiting place, for people just waiting.
Waiting around for the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no.
Or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Highlights of this year was our school's Olympic Day, a fantastic celebration of St. Monica's caring relationships between grade 8 students and students of all other ages.
Then there was the Roots of Empathy program, where Mrs. Forget's class learned how important it is to respect other people's differences.
Most recently, we went on our grad trip to YLCC, where we took part in many different activities that emphasized teamwork, trust, and how to be a leader.
We came back tired, dirty, and ready to put our leadership skills to the test for next year.
And of course, we'll never forget Mr. O'Connell's class singing an unforgettable rendition of Waving Flag.
We'd like to thank Mr. O'Connell, Mrs. Forget, Mr. Poget, and Madame Nicolette for a wonderful year and for preparing us for what lies ahead in high school.
We would like to thank Mrs. Priest for her hard work as our school librarian, and for organizing the Forest of Reading, the Battle of the Books, having authors come in to speak to us, and for her constant reminder.
Just for the fun of it, read a book. Thank you also to all the EAs, custodians, and other staff members that have helped make St. Monica's the wonderful school that it is.
We would like to thank Mr. Keogh, our teachers, and members of our parent council for the countless hours they have put in over the years to make our trips and workshops possible.
We know that we would rather go to the Science Center and do fun things like the Mission to Mars than sit in a stuffy classroom listening to a boring lecture on electricity for the 100th time.
We would like to thank Mrs. Raycraft for all the hard work you do to keep our school running smoothly.
And Mrs. Raycraft, if Mr. O'Connell, Mr. Poget, or Mrs. Forget forgot to send down the attendance, we just thought you should know. We're all here.
Finally, we would like to thank the parents for all of the support and guidance they have given us throughout our lives.
Even though we may not have appreciated them, we know that there was a reason that you denied us going out to play on those beautiful, sunny days. Instead, we made us stay inside and finish math problems. We know it will pay off. Eventually.
Well, the wait is over. Somehow we've escaped the waiting and staying. We're off to bright places where boom bands are playing, ready for anything under the sky.
And to the graduates, we wish you the best of luck going into high school. Whether it be at St. Joe's, Eastview, or wherever else your path leads you, we hope your lasting memories of friends and of the same honest community will stay with you for years to come.
So as Dr. Seuss reminds us,
will you succeed?
Yes, you will indeed.
Kids, you'll move mountains.
Today is your day.
Your mountains are waiting.
So get on your way.